Hello, everybody. How we doing? How's it going? How we doing? Watching Back to the Future Part 3 right now. Should I turn it off? No. No, but tell me what part you're at. And I'll, randomly quote it. You know what I mean? When is Timmy going to play hardcore Minecraft? Tell you what, start holding your breath. Just kidding, don't. Okay, so welcome to the whitest gals, boys ever, friends in town. And I'm Tammy Weisenberg. I am one of the 5 people. And we have a... Why isn't the chat thing fucking working? You guys are saying stuff. It's only showing up when I say something. It's annoying, isn't it? Do I have too many things happening? Is that the problem? I'm going to try this. Bam. I mean, I see your chat. I'm talking about it on the screen. Okay, there it is. It's just, I don't know, man. Thank you. You're looking good, too. Korean Townhouse. Okay, so my name is Tammy Williams, and I like movies, and I don't know, I'm too weird, and so I can't not talk about them. And so I decided, instead of having other streams where I'd try and do something else and then I'd talk about it anyways, let's just do that. And I don't know, people say it's not boring, so I'm going to keep doing it. This is like the 5th time I've done it. And Nate, who is Sam's brother, Sam from Whitest Kids, his brother, has started uploading the episodes of this to YouTube. I think the first 3 are up right now, and the 4th one will be up. This will probably be up in a week or 2 afterwards. So, that's the deal. I think it's on the episode 2 comments, YouTube comments, so you should never read them. But I do because I'm dumb, and I want to make sure everybody else is hating me as much as I do. So there was somebody on there that said, man, I was going to screenshot it and say dipshit of the week and start like a feature called like dipshit of the week. But they said, well, there are 2 of them. One of them said, and I didn't watch my video, so I don't remember what I was talking about in the 2nd episode. But somebody said, children are not an accomplishment. They're a, God, what the fuck is the word I'm thinking? Oh, consequence. Children are not an accomplishment, they're a consequence. First of all, I doubt I'm sure I was talking about showing movies to my daughter, and I definitely would never be like, hey, I came in someone that I don't even like anymore. So that is an accomplishment. I wouldn't do that. I was probably talking about how it's cool to be able to like share stuff with my kid, but that person's gonna die alone, and it's fine. And then somebody else said, this is the funny one. It said, I love how Timmy loves martial arts and knows a lot about I love how Timmy knows a lot about martial arts movies, but doesn't know anything about martial arts. And I think I do a little bit, but the thing is I didn't know that was a prerequisite for liking movies. So after I read that, I had to go and throw out all of my Star Wars films because I've never flown a Millennium Falcon. So, sorry. Anyways, I try and type up an agenda for what I'm going to talk about. I feel like they had more than that, though. Let me see if I got... Oh, did I really just get rid of everything? Is there no standard anymore? Jake Sola says, hell yeah, Timmy Talk. I'm watching the VODs while moving. I hope I'm not missing anything by watching 5 before it comes out. I'm actually worried that you won't miss anything. First of all, there's no storyline. So no, you won't really miss a plot twist. But I'm worried that you won't miss anything in the way that it's the same fucking thing every time, and I'm trying not to let that happen. So, anyways, Too Punk to Drunk says, I'd be proud of my son if he accomplished that. Yeah. Live, eat, work always starts off with like trying to say shit about my the way I take care of myself or something, so they're getting timed out. Anyways, we'll talk about at least I think that was you last time, but either way, screw off. Okay, so I'm gonna start. What's the thing to start with this time? First of all, yeah, I have a picture of my movie shelf up here. And that's like the whole thing. We can zoom in on it, I suppose, you know, and like so you can see it. But there's a better. I'm gonna go to a better thing, you know. But you can see titles, right? It's a nice picture, so you can zoom in a lot and see everything. But don't worry about that. I just have that there so that when because I'm gonna show you the picture, closer up pictures of the shelves, but they have these labels on them. You can see the labels, right? And they're cool labels that my daughter made, and some are facing one way, some are the other, because that's 3 pictures of a shelf, of different shelves crammed together, right? So I'm going to show you pictures with the with the labels on them, and then, you know, but in some cases you might not be able to see all the movies in that section that well, so whatever. But we're going to start with that. So here's this. Maybe I need to make this a little different. Maybe move this over here. Okay. All right, so you can see this is if you don't know what's going on, one reason I talk about movies all the time is because 4 years ago I started collecting Blu-rays a bunch. And a year or two ago, my daughter and I decided I moved into this house with that fabulous background. That's in the den. I can't get really strong internet back there all the time, so that's why I don't go back there. But for this anyways. But so my daughter, first, when we moved in here, she organized all of my movies by color, which is insane. It makes it very hard to find anything. It looked cool. I might have an old picture of that from somewhere, but it'd be like all the movies with a white, side binding, right? Spine, there you go, with a white spine, and then it'd be like one that's kind of white and purple, and then purple ones, and then so on and so forth. It was like, oh my god. So this top level is Monsters, as you can see, and I like this better. So Addams Family, that's American Werewolf in London. Attack the 50-Foot Woman, which is a little slower than you think, but the payoff is good. Brain Damage, Bubba Hotep, The Curse of Frankenstein, which is the 50s one with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, Dawn of the Dead. So every once in a while, like, that's just, that Dawn of the Dead thing is just a regular, it's a bigger box, but it's still just one movie, but I turn it that way just because it looks cool. And then Day of the Dead, of course, Dog Soldiers, and before whichever man is trying to type, where's Night of the Living Dead, I'm getting there. Day of the Dead, Dog Soldiers, Hard Rock Zombies, which is ridiculous if you've never seen it. And that also has Slaughterhouse Rock on it. Hammer Horror Collection, Curse of Dracula, another Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Jaws, that's Larry the White Worm, which I just watched the other day, which is really crazy. You know? Lamp Boob says, my dad's shelf only has World War II books. I should make him labels that all say boring. You know what? I feel like I'm one of very few dads that doesn't have, I don't even know if I have any books. Oh, I just bought a book about Hiroshima. I haven't read it yet, though. Does that count? Anyways, what else we got? The Night of the Comet, Night of the Living Dead, and The People Under the Stairs, Phantom of the Paradise, which is great, and then, yes, a bunch of Resident Evils. Then you got one that says Scream Queens. That's a collection that had, or a double feature thing. It's got The Howling and the Fog. Then The Stuff, Tremors, a Universal Monsters collection. And the last one there is, I think, Vincent Price. So that's the monster shelf. And so I can't remember what my daughter, let's see, I can't remember what she, I can't remember what the monster thing is supposed to be. Oh, that doesn't really work, does it? Okay, never mind. Oh, now I fucked it all up. That's probably fine. Okay, so moving on to the next shelf. Okay, so, you know, reflections and stuff make it hard to see maybe, but slashers. All right, that's slashers. My favorite war would be, I don't know, probably a space one. Infinity War? I don't know. Okay. So slashers. Now the very first title here is the Dr. Phibes movies, which some people be like, those aren't slashers, but really it's like, it's it's Vincent Price as this like weird scientist kind of artist guy. I can't quite remember, but who's trying to avenge all these doctors, and so he kills them. He stalks them and kills them each separately in creative ways. I think that's a slasher. Timmy, if you've never met James Rolfe from Cinemassacre, you should. You have the exact same taste in movies. Yeah, maybe I will sometime. And someone else asks if I like angry video game nerd. No, it just sounds like something I would not like to me, but I don't like people who like make a thing out of being angry. And I know you're gonna be like, oh, you need to do. No, I myself, and when I get angry, it's at people. I don't get pissed about like that a movie or a game is bad. Anyway, so, all right, we got The Burning, which is a great 80s summer camp killer movie. Child's Play, Chopping Mall, which is fantastic. Deep Red, which is a giallo, but I'd count those as slashers. I think I might have a few more in here. That's of the box, my huge box of Jason movies, but it's turned the other way. But The Fun House, which was one of Toby Hooper's movies shortly after Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it was 2 movies after. Then what do you got? Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day 2. You love those movies. Intruder, which is a grocery store slasher. Maniac Cop, Motel Hell. Then you got all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. Prom Night, The Prowler, which is like this. Actually, I think that's like a World War II guy comes back from the dead, or somebody wearing World War II stuff, killing everybody. Then I have all the Saw movies. And then I have Slumber Party Massacre, Terror Train. I forget what's on the end there. I'd have to, maybe I can zoom in on the phone. Okay, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and Uncle Sam. There you go. That's the slashers. And so you can't, it's hard to see her labels. I just thought of another way, of course, with not enough time to do it before this, I thought of another way to show her labels that I'm going to do later. But that has a knife and a jumpsuit and a Jason mask on it. Like, because at the time she'd only seen Halloween and the Jason movies. So, okay, next shelf is Supernatural, is this part. These are the fun ones where the little bit weirder, more specific categories. Monsters and slashers, everybody has those movies. Ray Huasca says, I've been in quarantine going crazy. I dodged it for 4 years. You saved the day. Well, I'm so glad you're here. Army of Darkness, Beetlejuice, The Car. Supernaturals to me is demons, which is why 2 movies called Demons are in there. Ghosts, maybe a haunted house. I think Session 9 is in this part. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So Army of Darkness and Beetlejuice, The Car, Carrie, which could be, if you read the Stephen King book, it maybe would be under this next category, Mad Science, but yeah. Demons and Demons 2, Death Becomes Her, Drag Me to Hell, Evil Dead 2, Exorcist 1 and 3. There's not a 2, it's weird. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I'm kidding, there is an Exorcist 2. I just said I hate it when people are mad about movies, so whatever. I don't care if there's a bad sequel. Hellraiser 1 and 2, and actually they're put the other way because I'm insane, and the second one's called Hellbound, which comes alphabetically before the word Hellraiser. R.I.P. Bruce Willis. Didn't you guys used to say that all the time when you came in here? But now it's like, now when somebody says it, it's like, wait a minute, it could be true, but I'm pretty sure Chad has pulled that on us several times, right? Anyways, and he's not dead. Okay, so you just can't say that to me and not have me cool it. Okay, so House and House 2, those aren't the Japanese ones. That's or the Japanese House or whatever. Those are American, really goofy, crazy, what you call Spookablast kind of movies. Phenomena, the Dario Argento movie with Jennifer Connelly as the girl that can communicate with bugs. Again, that one could maybe go in Mad Science. That's the fun thing about some of this stuff is there's a lot of, well, it could switch here. And I've switched movies to different ones just based on my whims, which is fun. Melbeck says, I'm the 69th viewer. It was 68 when I came in. Sick. Okay, then you got the Prince of Darkness, the John Carpenter movie, where again could be mad science. They have like this thing in a jar that came from space that they think it's like a green goo, but it's like the devil. It's crazy. If you've never seen it, it's a good one. The Raven, and there's several movies called The Raven. That one is from the 60s. It's Vincent Price and Boris Karloff as magicians dueling each other. It's ridiculous. It's kind of a comedy. Peter Lorre is in it, and I think it's Jack Nicholson's first film, or one of his very first. Session 9, which is an awesome haunted insane asylum movie. And then Suspiria. And then you got Mad Science, which, yeah, I could have taken a better picture of Mad Science, but I'll see if I can... I can at least zoom in on my phone and tell you guys what they are. Timmy, do you have a favorite David Cronenberg movie? I've not seen very many, but the next section obviously has a couple in them because that guy is all about mad science. Okay, we got Cabin in the Woods, Everywhere and Everything Everywhere All at Once, Existenz, and then, man, I fucking can't see some of those. Damn it. I see Inception in there. Oh, Once From Beyond, okay. What's the one? There's Existence and Two Things That I Can't See. Oh, that's what the other picture is for. Okay. We'll get it. That's why I had the other picture, so we can see this shit. I don't remember everything I have. I'm not a monster. Okay, there we go. Existence, then you got Get Out and Face Off. From Beyond, Inception. Josie and the Pussycats, which if you've seen it is definitely a mad science movie. Someone says, have you seen Surf Nazis Must Die? Yes, don't like it. I watched it. I'm like, this just isn't that great to me. I don't see the hype around trauma, but I'll give more of them a try. Okay, Josie and the Pussycats, Jurassic Park, The Man with Two Brains, Mutant Hunt, which is a ridiculous low-budget 80s sci-fi movie. It's great though. See, that's the thing is I didn't find it amusing. I just thought it was boring. I didn't think there was enough surf Nazis or dying. I've not seen Dinner in America. Reanimator. Shivers, Universal Soldier, Day of Reckoning, and Universal Soldier Regeneration. Now, again, those are a part 2 and a part 1 in that order, but it's an alphabet thing. Then Upgrade, and then Us. Those are all, those are the mad science section, which I love that section. There's a lot of fun stuff in there. There's the sections I feel like get weirder and weirder. Yeah, Reanimator is so good. I love Reanimator. Okay, then we got Aliens. Obviously, my daughter... it was inspired by the very first movie for the label there. You can see it. So you got Aliens and Alien, or Alien and Aliens, right? Battle Beyond the Stars, which is a ridiculous kind of Star Wars ripoff from the 80s, which is really great. We have not seen Contact yet, but we just watched Interstellar last night, which is kind of along those lines, Battle Beyond the Stars, and Battle for the Lost Planet, and Mutant War, which is, you can tell by the Vinegar Syndrome lady there, that means it's going to be a weird, unreleased, like, lost film kind of thing that people forgot about. And that's very low budget, but they're kind of great, and I forget the actor's name. The guy left and created this, like, progressive, kind of hippie Christian theater company in New York after he did these movies, and he maybe did a couple other films and then went into this weird thing. Oh, hey, Nate's rating me with 27 people. Thank you, Nathaniel. Battle for the Lost Planet is cool. It's this guy. It's like the near future Earth, and this guy who's just kind of a piece of shit. He's like a little thief kind of guy. He steals a ship, gets stuck in orbit around the Earth for like 5 years or 8 years or a long fucking time, crashes. Well, in the meantime, Earth has been taken over by some aliens, right? So in Battle for the Lost Planet, they beat the aliens, but then in beating them, in order to beat them, they release this wave or weapon or something that creates a bunch of mutants, which leads to the second movie, Mutant War. So I don't know of very many movies where, like, the second movie's drive is just because of the mistake of the first one. And I mean, I guess there's some. Let's see how many more Dune movies they make, but, it's still an interesting thing. And then, of course, Close Encounters, Dark Angel, which is also called I Come in Peace, which is, you'll see a few movies down, The Hidden. The Hidden and Dark Angel are like yin and yang of the same idea. Dark Angel is like Dolph Lundgren and Matthias Hughes, who's like another big European muscly guy. and it's a detective and an alien that's come to Earth to kill somebody. And then Hidden is Kyle MacLachlan, and I forget the other guy's name, but it's like that. It's a detective and an alien, but it's like cooler and kind of sleeker and not as action-packed. So anyway, going back, Dark Angel, then E.T., of course, Fifth Element, yes, Game of Survival, and other not from Vinegar Syndrome, it's from Culture Shock releasing, and that is kind of a post-apocalyptic thing, but basically it's technically aliens, because all these different people, most of them just look like humans, but I think they all look like humans, but they get captured by these alien guys from different planets, dropped on Earth, and forced to fight each other. No, I've not seen Arrival. Okay, then The Hidden, The Iron Giant, which, I mean, yes, you can put that in mad science, you can put that in a lot of things, but he's from outer space, we don't know, so I'm calling him an alien, The Thing, and then The Thing from Another World, which is the first movie based on the book that The Thing is based off of. Top Line, which I just watched for the first time, and absolutely is something Mid-Hunters should watch, since a bunch of you guys are in there. Top Line is an Italian movie from the late 80s, 86 maybe, not that late, I guess, mid-80s. Franco Nero, who I love, he's the original Django, is in it. And he's like this drunk reporter living in Colombia who stumbles upon an alien conspiracy, and it's just fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The whole movie's ridiculous. I just saw They Live in the movie Blackberry. What does that mean? They show the movie in another movie? Okay, do you guys like this? Just going through the sections. I know Nate hates that I have cute labels. He basically told me that the other day. He's really mean. Anyways, okay, Bad Futures is a great category. Here we go. We got 12 Monkeys, Blade Runner. A lot of these are very well known because, I don't know, apocalypse movies often turn out well, I guess. 12 Monkeys, okay, Blade Runner. I don't even know what cut that is. It's I like to watch it, though. Children of Men. And then Dead End Drive-In, which is kind of a dystopian thing, still a bad future. It's funny how multiple people are saying if it bothers Nate, you should keep doing it. I love the energy Nate brings and draws from people. Okay, so Dead End Drive-In is by Brian Trenchard Smith. He's an Australian filmmaker who makes a lot of crazy genre shit. Will I be getting the Obi-Wan show on Blu-ray? No. I don't buy... okay, here, let's take a sidebar. You guys know I do sidebars. There's no middle bars with me. So, I'm in a couple of Facebook Blu-ray collector groups, and every once in a while, someone will sell a bunch of stuff, and it's just like every new movie from the last 6 months. Like every new big movie, like studio comedies and superhero movies and stuff like that. And it's like, it's just strange to me that there's people out there just buying everything that comes out. And now I'm buying a lot of weird shit that pops up, but this is stuff from... over a span of 70 years for the most part, 80, maybe 90, I don't know. I have movies from the 20s, I think, definitely the 30s and on. But anyway, so it's just like a mindless, I'm purchasing this because I am supposed to kind of mentality that they seem to have. And so they're just selling it's like someone who's going to buy a Blu-ray of like that Sydney Sweeney movie that's out that people think is a charming romantic comedy. Sure, fine. But it's just weird that people would buy it. I don't know. So, and the Star Wars shows, it's like, I have Disney, I watched them, so we're good. Children of Men is, an excellent apocalypse, dystopia, whatever you want to call it, movie. That's why I just said Bad Futures. It kind of throws in dystopia and apocalypse and all that stuff. Anyways, Dead End Drive-In, it's about basically, I think it's in Australia, but they're tricking like punk teenagers and criminal kind of teenagers into this drive-in movie theater and then like locking them down and making them live there. So it's like an internment camp for teenagers, but it's a drive-in movie theater. It's fucking awesome. Do you own VHS as well? I know there's so many movies that haven't made it to streaming or Blu-ray. Well, all these companies, all these weird little companies that I support, and there's big studio movies in here too, but all the little weird companies, they're looking for movies that are not out there yet. But I do have a couple of VHS. El Deuterino Willard says, I purchase movies I enjoy that I want to have and want to encourage movies to make more movies like The Holdovers was my most recent one. Yeah, I mean, that's what you should do. Okay, so then I got Escape from New York, obviously. Mad God, which is, a lot of people I think have heard of that one, but it's the completely there's a tiny bit of humans in it, but it's mostly stop motion, very fucked up, weird kind of horror movie thing. Definitely supposed to be some sort of post-apocalyptic scenario. Then the Mad Maxes, the Matrix movies, the Planet of the Apes. And then you got, okay, where it says Post-Apocalyptic Collection. That's the next one. That's 3 Italian films. And the director clearly had a crush on the dude who stars in these, because he's not a good actor. He's like this very nubile, young-looking bodybuilder kind of guy. And it's a little strange, but they're good. RoboCop, The Running Man, Shredder Orpheus, which is another kind of very low-budget dystopian kind of thing. These skater post-punk kind of guys fighting against the man, basically. But they are, it's also a retelling of the Greek tragedy Orpheus. And then you got the Terminator and Terminator 2. Oh, wait, I missed Six String Samurai, which I feel like a lot of people know about that one now. But that's a really cool edition I have of it. It's like a big box with a bunch of cool stuff in it. But that is... Oh, Rex Bowser says, searching for Game of Survival, only finding Games of Survival. Yes, that is it. In fact, I don't know why. I mean, the case says Game of Survival, but the movie title says Games. But Six String Samurai is, what if Russia bombed us in the 50s into oblivion, apocalypse, so Elvis becomes king of everything that's left and lives, his throne is in New Vegas. So this movie takes place 40 years later in the mid-90s, and Elvis has now died, and a bunch of other guitarists/samurai warriors head off across the desert to fight for the throne. And so the main character is Buddy. He looks like Buddy Holly. The bad guy is Death, but it's clearly supposed to be Slash from Guns N' Roses. All right, so you got Terminator and Terminator 2, Total Recall, and Waterworld. Those all kind of go without no explanation needed, right? Okay, here's one of the funniest categories, and one that you could debate a lot, probably. Scum. And so, you know, you'll see below I have detectives and crooks, but Scum is just like, Akira question mark? What are you asking? I love, God, when I say I love, I mean I hate, but the internet discourse kind of thing where it's like, I like carrots. People are like, well, why the fuck do you hate apples so much? Anyway, so Scum. Okay, so Scum, I like Akira, I just don't have it, if that's what you mean. I don't even know. Anyways, like a one-word question's not a thing. Okay, so it's like, unless you're a dog typing on a keyboard. I think dogs or cats typing on a keyboard, or if my lizard could do it, a one word or the question mark makes sense. Otherwise, fucking be a person. Okay, so Scum to me is like not detectives, not crooks. Exactly. Anthony Potkin says treat. Exactly. It's just like, you know, pieces of shit, right? And so I feel like a lot of these are Assault on Precinct 13, a bunch of pieces of shit try and take over this cop station and kill a guy. Badlands is about 2 pieces of shit driving across the country, killing people. The Black Room is, I think Vinegar Syndrome marketed it as a slasher vampire movie, but it's basically a vampire movie. But it's also a lot about a husband and wife like cheating on each other a lot in this weird little sex room. And they both are going separately at different times to the same room to hook up with people, with different people. It's weird. It's very weird. Body Double, sleaze bag guy. Cheap Thrills, sleazy people paying random guys in bars to do fucked up shit. Deadbeat at Dawn, which is, if you don't know about Deadbeat at Dawn, it is, I think it's a must-see. It is like a no-budget action movie made in Ohio by a guy named Jim Van Beber in the mid-late 80s. It's like a gang warfare movie, but the whole thing is so dirty and like scummy and, cheap looking because he probably shot it on video or whatever. And the thing is, the guy didn't know martial arts. He didn't know stuff, but he wants to. And so there's like fighting in it, and there's some pretty good fights. He's using nunchucks somewhat competently a few times, and then he's doing some crazy ass stunts where, you know, they didn't have medical teams, they didn't have insurance, they didn't have, you know, anything, safety precautions in place. And there's a scene where he just like rappels down the side of a fucking really big like concrete parking garage, like multiple stories, and he's like swinging off of it, throwing throwing stars at people, and it's just like some fucking guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty awesome. Fight Club is about scumbags. The Hills Have Eyes. Nightcrawler, not the X-Man. Jake Gyllenhaal's character, huge fucking scumbag. Parasite, right? Scumbag kind of people on both sides. Repo Man, kind of scummy. The Rob Zombie trilogy, meaning the, you know, the Firefly family movies. House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and Three from Hell. They're scumbags, right? Straight to Hell, which stars a bunch of punk rockers in this weird western. It's by the director of Repo Man. And it is definitely a bunch of scumbags. To Live and Die in L.A., great scumbag movie. Good Time's a great scumbag movie. I don't have it, so it's not there, but it would definitely be in there. And speaking of that, that's weird you said that. The next movie is Uncut Gems, which is by the same guys who directed Good Time. And then Violent City, which is Telly Savalas and Charles Bronson and Jill Ireland. And it's, yeah, they're like these scummy criminal kind of people. And Bronson was actually married to Jill Ireland at the time. And they have some sex scenes together. And it's, you know, in the 70s. It's not porn. It's a studio film. So it's shot with a lot of class, you know, tastefully. But there's still parts where it's like, are they actually fucking? They might have actually been fucking. El Dudrino Willard says, Uncut Gems should have gotten an Oscar nom, meeting Adam Sandler. I say that 100% seriously. That's a weird part of your statement. I don't think anyone would think that's a weird joke. I mean, I feel like most people agree that he should have been. And the same year, Lupita Nyong'o, right? She should have been nominated for Us. You know, no joking there. They're both fucking good. They should have gotten nominated, right? And Mythican with the fucking ridiculous opinion, it was okay. Well, you're wrong, but that's okay. Okay, so just hearing Adam Sandler and Oscar together throws people off. Maybe in 1998, but he's done enough good movies now that I think it makes more sense. That reminds me, speaking of the Safdie brothers and going back to Good Times, Good Time. It was so funny when Robert Pattinson got cast as Batman. So many people, and a lot of people in smaller places like where I live, that don't pay attention to entertainment at all, which is fine. They don't have to. But Jesus Christ, if you're going to like complain about something, at least know what you're talking about, right? So as soon as Robert Pattinson got cast as Batman, a lot of people were like, I don't want a Batman that sparkles. Like, you know, a Twilight reference, whatever. And I just said, I think I tweeted it or whatever. I just said in quotes, I don't want a Batman who sparkles. And then, you know, that was in the quotes. And I said, people who haven't seen a movie since 2012. Because, like, the guy's been doing nothing but fucking awesome choices since then, you know? And also, who fucking cares if he sparkles? In fact, what's funny is that in the Lego Movie 2, they fucking did that. They had Robert Pattinson, like, sparkling as, like, this DJ. It was amazing. Yeah, Pattinson, and then you got, you're right, people freaked out about Michael Keaton, people freaked out about Heath Ledger when they got cast in their roles. And the other thing is Robert Pattinson and Daniel Radcliffe, they both, like, man, they took their little, very successful little book series characters and threw that to the side and just went fucking nuts. Batman peaked with Adam West. I still think Adam West is maybe the best one. Definitely top couple. Okay, so then I got The Warriors, which is an awesome movie. I think people know who that is. Know what that is. Wild Things, great scumbag movie. The next section is question marks, and it's hard to see that one back there, so I'll look at my phone to read you what's in it. Question mark to me is just movies that are like too many genres or just so fucking weird, or you just don't really know what they're trying to do. Okay, so Action USA, which is a movie that's not super well plotted or acted, but it's just made by a couple stunt guys in Texas. So they ramp cars off of everything. They go well out of their way to drive cars off of bridges and shit. Fucking awesome. Barton Fink. Yeah, what the fuck is that movie about? That belongs in the question mark section, right? Being John Malkovich. Billy the Kid versus Dracula. Sure. The next one, you can see the white spine there a little bit. Devil's Express. That's one of something I talked about last week. I love local karate club movies where somebody who's in a karate club makes a movie because they love karate. And that's what that was. But it's super weird because it has like a demon and something to do with a cursed medallion. And the guy who's the main character and wrote it and is the martial artist in the movie, his real name is Warhawk Tanzania. Does Good Time with Pattinson fall into Scum category? Yes, but I don't have it. See, the thing about my movie shelf is I can only put movies on my shelf that I have. So anyways, then I got, Devil's Express. The next one is God Told Me To, which is awesome. Then The Holy Mountain. I feel like that makes sense. No, I have not seen Streets of Fire. Holy Mountain. Night Riders with a K, which is one of George Romero's later movies, and it's great. It's I think we talked about it last week too. Raw Force, another group of martial artists. I think these guys were from California somewhere. Make a movie where they're on a boat with a bunch of like naked women, and then they crash land on an island where monks are these like evil monks are kidnapping prostitutes and murdering them, and then using the energy from murdering them to resurrect a zombie ninja army. That is fucking what it is. Wouldn't vampires be a category all their own? Okay, well, Good Time is not about vampires, but the Warhawk Tanzania movie isn't really either. But vampires are monsters, and the thing is there's other things, that a movie could be about, even if a vampire's in it, I know, Great Jump, I wasn't trying to get on your case too much. That you just were saying if I did own it, it would be there. Yeah, it would absolutely be there. Good Time. I mean, Safdie brothers are really good at scumbags, So, and then after Raw Force, you can't really see these in the question mark section, but Tammy and the T-Rex, and then Twin Peaks, all of the Twin Peaks stuff is in there, and then What Hollywood Super Action Collection. Those are the action movies made in Uganda for like $75, I think they figured out it was. Hey, Micro Megas, what up? Yes, I do remember you. Okay, moving on. Are you guys enjoying this or is it boring? I don't even know if anybody's, well, I mean, there's people in chat, so you guys must be watching, but I just don't know if this is any good or not. I just keep doing it. Oops, there's my own voice. And there's still some people here. Is Twin Peaks about boobies? No. Okay, so, oh man, I shouldn't have even given your joke attention. It's too bad that I did that. Okay, so next up, detectives. You're not going to find a section called cops, because they can, but I do like people solving mysteries. Sometimes, yes, they're cops, but Deadly Force, Wings Hauser, who's like a fucking weird-ass actor from the 80s, he's a cop in that one. He solves murder. Okay, we'll get there, El Duderino Willard. So, asking me about mob movies, I mean, look at what the next section is. So, Detective D is like it's a Hong Kong action-y kind of fantasy movie, but it's based on history, and so it takes place, I think, in the 1500s, something like that, maybe a little later. And a guy's been tasked with finding out why certain members of the royal family or whatever just have been starting on fire for no reason. Then The Fugitive and The Game, which, yeah, Michael Douglas is definitely doing some detectiving in that. And then The Hound of the Baskervilles, again, Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee. Fucking love those guys. Kiss Me Deadly, which is a noir, but definitely a detective movie. Knives Out. The Long Goodbye, which is whether they knew about it or not, Big Lebowski owes a lot to The Long Goodbye. Long Goodbye is based on a Philip Marlowe novel, who was like a noir detective, the noir detective book series in the 40s and 50s. But Long Goodbye was made in the 70s by Robert Altman. Elliot Gould plays the main guy, so it's like stoners and stuff, And then Memories of Murder, which is by the guy that did Parasite. Very good. Murder by Decree, which is a movie by Bob Clark in between Black Christmas and A Christmas Story. And that's a movie where Christopher Plummer plays Sherlock Holmes, and David Niven plays Watson, and they bust Jack the Ripper. The next one is a DVD. Very few DVDs, but that's Murder on the Orient Express. Then what else do I got? What is that one? Oh, Out of the Past. That's another noir movie. And then Police Squad. And then Silence of the Lambs. I think that's all that's in there. Oh, and then You Can't See It. It's pushed back by accident. True Detective. Okay, the next up is Crooks, right? That's a good section. Whoa, why am I moving it? Do I need to move it? Do I have a favorite movie, Timmy? Someone asked me. Okay, so I'm on page 6 of 10 of pictures of my movies. We're talking hundreds here. No, I can't do one movie. Dark Queen Mia brings up a good point. Mythic said, I never saw Knives Out. Is it any good? And Dark Queen Mia said, it's pretty good. Lots of vomiting, though, if you're sensitive to that. So my daughter is, and she had me look up she loves Knives Out and Glass Onion, but she had me look up the time codes for the vomit so I could, like, pause it and let her get out of the room, you know? Mythic says vomit is entertaining. Yeah, actually, that's one thing I want to talk about tonight in a little bit is like things in movies you can't deal with, like you avoid a movie because of it, or don't see it, or whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, crime movies. Here we go. Crooks. So we got Battles Without Honor and Humanity is that first red box, and that is 5 movies. I also have the later trilogy, New Battles Without Honor and Humanity. Then there was one they made in those were in the 70s. Then there's one they made in the 2000s called Battles Without Honor and Humanity. But that one is mostly famous because it gave us the song that Quentin Tarantino used in Kill Bill Volume 1. Bam, bam, bam. You know? So Battles Without Honor and Humanity is fucking awesome. And then what's the next one I have? Oh, Big Time Gambling Boss, which is another Yakuza movie from the early 70s. Fucking awesome. Okay, then a pair of British movies, Circus of Fear and The Golden Dragon. Circus of Fear is about a bunch of bank robber circus gang, basically. And then you got The Golden Dragon is like an organized crime movie, but it's weird. It's like a weird 60s British one that takes place in China. Dead or Alive, which is really bananas Yakuza trilogy. Takashi Miike, who's insane. It's just really crazy. The Godfather movies. You heard of those? The movie Detour from 1945 fits in a scumbag, detective, and crooks. Yeah, Dizzy Death. I've heard of that. I really want to see it. And I love movies that can fit into multiple things, you know? Okay, so then you got Gun Crazy, which is another old noir movie, which could also fit into scumbags. Then you got Heat, Inside Man. Fucking love Inside Man. It's so funny that that's probably my favorite Spike Lee movie because it's like his one that's not really about issues. However, they have some good points in it, politically, kind of social political stuff. So, you know. Lamp Boop says, I have pain synesthesia, which makes a lot of movies annoyingly difficult. Does that mean when you see someone receiving pain in a movie, you feel the pain too? So then I got Inside Man. Then the John Wick movies, obviously about criminals, right? Out of Sight. Then Outrage, another Yakuza movie that I just watched last night and fucking rules. Then I got Point Break, which is fucking awesome, of course. Shawshank Redemption. The Villainess, which is a Korean gangster movie about this like young lady who basically becomes like a sweet assassin. I have not seen The Irishman. And then White Lightning, which is a Burt Reynolds moonshine movie. And he was pretty young and hunky in it, no mustache yet. And Ned Beatty plays the bad guy sheriff. It's pretty fucking great. And there's a sequel that I also got called Gator. So looking forward to that. That's Crooks. What else we got here? Okay, now we're getting weirder. Here's Happy Holidays is first. That sticker's falling off. We need to fix it or replace it. You got The Christmas Martian, a bizarre Canadian children's film. Then you got The Dog Who Stopped the War, a bizarre Canadian children's film. And then Edward Scissorhands, which we're counting as Christmas. It's in there. Elf, Charlie Brown Christmas, He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. Fucking, if you haven't seen that, it is it's so great. Christmas special. We made it. Margaret and I found it randomly a couple years ago on Tubi, and I bought it instantly, and we have made it a tradition. It's so fun and so crazy. And then the Saturday Night Live Christmas collection, which I think my mom bought it for me at a rummage sale. You know, I think, has everyone's moms bought them at least one movie at a rummage sale? I feel like everybody has. Is Barbarian out on Blu-ray yet? I don't think that's going to happen, buddy. I wish it would, but I don't think it's going to. So one of my favorite sections is next, Unhappy Holidays. And look at my daughter's little pictures there. There's a bloody knife and like a mad emoji face. It's out for sure. Akbion God's Good says it's out for sure. Are you talking about Barbarian out for sure? I want to go down this hole. So before we completely destroy that line of questioning, let's look at Unhappy Holidays. You got Black Christmas. Yeah, you've watched Barbarian on Blu-ray? Okay. Not a legal one. Anyways, Black Christmas, Blood Beat, which is a really crazy Christmas horror movie. Christmas Evil, Deadly Games, Die Hard. Unless you live in a different country, I don't think anybody's gotten it on disc yet. I don't think it's been out on physical media. Yeah, you don't have a real copy of it. I'm sorry. You could show it. If you have a way to show it to us, you can, but trust me, I collect Blu-rays. You think I haven't tried to find my friend's movie on Blu-ray? You know, it's not coming out. And I've asked him about it multiple times. He's always like, no, it's not coming out. So, it's too bad because that'd be great. I would love a really cool version of it. Physical media is not my thing for the last 30 years. Then what are you fucking talking about? Literally, someone asked, is it on Blu-ray? Well, it's on digital. Everybody knows it's on digital. Okay, of course it is. Anyways. That's an internet thing. And I don't want to turn this into last week where I kind of pontificated too much about the things I hate about online discourse. But, you don't have to reply to everything. If you don't have something to add to a subject, you can wait for the next one. Okay, so moving on. Oh, Cash on Demand is a fun old school bank robbery movie. Peter Cushing again. Well, Grey Jumbo, Unhappy Holidays movies, just look at what I got. So if you're looking for Christmas movies, okay, so Black Christmas is considered one of the first slashers, a Halloween or a holiday themed thing. It's really great. Cash on Demand is great. Yeah, Lobaka. So Cash on Demand is basically a filmed play. Basically takes place in one office, but it's on Christmas Eve, and a guy walks into the bank manager's office and is like, I've got some guys at your house with your wife and kid. They're going to kill them if I give the right signal at this window, or if I don't give them a signal in time. And so you and I are going to rob this bank together. It's fucking awesome. And it's mostly just conversations. It's so great. And it's only 70 minutes long. Really great. Okay. Christmas Evil's really cool. It's almost a procedural of a man losing his mind, a guy who's obsessed with Santa eventually becoming a murderer. But it's cool. The next one, Deadly Games, Dial Code Santa Claus. I fucking love it. I've watched it so many times. And that is a French film about a little boy who has rich parents, and he gets left home alone in his mansion on Christmas, and a guy in a Santa suit tries to kill him. But it came out before Home Alone. Okay? And then you got Die Hard, obviously. And then, I can't see what the next one is. Oh, Don't Open Till Christmas, another great Santa slasher, but it's a British movie. What's great about that one is somebody's killing Santa Clauses. And normally, when Santa's involved in one of these, he's killing people. But so then I decided when I was putting all these shelves together, I'm like, you know what? Unhappy Holidays should be every holiday. He did try to sue Home Alone Ryan Waska. He did, and it didn't work, but he tried to sue Chris Columbus for ripping him up. Santa-based Home Alone, it's right there if you zoom in. Deadly Games. Well, here's the thing. It's got 3 titles. Deadly Games, but Dial Code Santa Claus, and then 3616 Père Noël or something is one of the French names, so whatever. I did not watch Spaceman. I don't watch a lot of new movies very often. Obviously, look at all the old shit I have to get through. Okay, then you got Halloween, and then Halloween 3. Krampus. The Leprechaun series, which I guess I'll have to bust that out soon, huh? And then what else do I got? Oh, My Bloody Valentine. And then Silent Night, Bloody Night, parts 3, 4, and 5. I don't have 1 and 2. Parts 3, 4, and 5 are all crazy. Then The Silent Partner, another 70s Elliot Gould movie where, and Christopher Plummer's in it. He robs a bank dressed as Santa Claus. And not a lot of the movie takes place at Christmas, but I still count it as that. And then you got my kids' movies, which we don't even buy that many children's films anymore. But what that says is animations, and she wrote, wow. So you got, there's nothing too amazing in here. It's just the standard really good animated movies that people would like. There's some great, Disney's old stuff gets overlooked anymore, I think, when people talk about animation. But Alice in Wonderland, incredibly made. Big Hero 6 is great. Cinderella. Frozen. My daughter was, like 3 when that movie came out. Hello. We're going to have that. Kiki's Delivery Service. Lego Movie. My Friend Totoro. Sleeping Beauty, which is, I think, to me, the most beautiful Disney movie, I did see Silent Knife is not the name of that movie. You're thinking about It's a Wonderful Knife, and you're mixing it up with the newer Silent Night that came out. But, yeah, It's a Wonderful Knife was all right. So anyways, Sleeping Beauty, and then Into the Spider-Verse, Tangled, both Babe movies. Oh, wait, that's another section now. Okay, there's another section. Okay, Tangled's the last animated movie. Then we got Animals, Some of Them Talk. That's what her category says. I don't know if I can make this bigger so you guys can see that. Nah, not really. Okay. Anyways, it says Animals, Some of Them Talk. So Babe and Babe Pig in the City, both those movies are fantastic. Fantastic Mr. Fox is fantastic. Then you got stuff that kids like. Sing, which these aren't even in order anymore. Sing, Finding Nemo, Lady and the Tramp, Zootopia, Planet Earth. What I love about that is it's animals, some of them can talk. There's one movie in there where the animals don't talk, and it's Planet Earth. Yeah, you still got that talking dog. Yeah, here's the thing, is that I lived with the other whitest kids, the talking animals shelf would have to be a lot bigger. Because like when we were on tour, Darren and Trevor especially, but everybody liked to go by, except Zach. I think he thought we were dumb for doing it, but whatever. We would go get like Air Buddies movies. All right, moving on. Animals, some of them talk, yeah. That's funny, Lubaka. Okay, so here's one of my favorite categories, no surprise to anybody, Hong Kong. And that's going to be, so martial arts movies, but I think Hong Kong specifically had such a great film industry going, especially in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, that they get their own section. There's other martial arts and action sections below, you'll see that. But I mean, these are all movies made in the Hong Kong studio system, and it's like 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, 36 Chamber of Shaolin, which is incredible, right? And then you got A Touch of Zen, and somewhere in there is, oh no, that's come later, okay. Come Drink With Me, Chinese Boxer. These are all fantastic, man. Yeah, you'll see Stone Cold. We'll get to that one. Come Drink With Me is a really great kind of wuxia, but like kung fu movie. Golden Harvest, baby. Yeah, Shaw Brothers more. I think I have more Shaw Brothers than Golden Harvest, but Golden Harvest is good. And then what's the other one? There's like a third one. Princess something? I can't remember. There's a third company. Shaw and Golden Harvest were really at each other's throats, but there's a third one too. Okay, Come Drink With Me. Drunken Master. And then 5 Element Ninjas, which if you haven't watched a lot of kung fu movies, but you know about all the stereotypes, like the crazy whooshing noises and the bad dubbing and crazy flips and sounds when people are flipping, 5 Element Ninjas has like all of that. Are you a Wong Kar-wai fan? Well, I've seen some of his movies. You know, I briefly went to film school before I dropped out. And the jokey version that we have talked about on Self Suck Saturday before is that I dropped out to play Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It's not totally wrong. But before I did, I was in an Asian film class, which is maybe why I fucking love Asian movies so much. But we watched a couple Wong Kar-wai movies in there, but I don't remember which ones they were. I don't think I have Kung Fu Hustle or Shaolin Soccer, but I love both of those. Okay, so where am I at on my little list? Okay, Hard Boiled. Now, when I was giving that one person shit about not really owning Barbarian because you can't, and then they revealed that wasn't, I don't know, that was a crazy, it made my brain hurt. Anyways, so sometimes, especially there's something going on with the rights to a lot of Hong Kong films where it's like they can't get them released. And there's this dude this dude had a company in Seattle, and he was taking these movies and giving them beautiful Blu-ray transfers, loads of special features and stuff, and then you could buy them from him. But the problem was, it was one dude doing it, and when it started, you would pay him, and it might take a little while, but he'd get you your movies. When I did it, it was right when I first ordered from him, it was not long after the pandemic had started, and so a lot of more people were watching movies, and it started taking them a long time. I ordered Hard Boiled in March of 2021 and got it in November. And I had to email him a bunch of times and stuff to do that, you know. And a lot of people had to do that. And I've heard now that they basically consider him a scam artist and that he like never caught up. So, but the thing is I have Hard Boiled, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So fuck it. And it looks great. Yeah, The Killer's great too. I love The Killer. Iceman Cometh. Oh, Hero, which is a remake of an older Shawscope movie called Boxer from Shantung. Iceman Cometh is a really crazy movie. That is, I think, Yun Bao and I forget the other guy. And they are, is it Yun Bao? I can't remember who it is. Anyways, there's these like warriors that are fighting in the distant past. And they get frozen and unfrozen, of course, in modern day Hong Kong. And so it's like a fish out of water thing, but also they're trying to kill each other. It's pretty great. Ip Man, those four movies are great. Iron Monkey. The next is a double set starring this lady, Anita. Oh, is it Anita? No, I'm getting her mixed up. It's Angela Mao. That's right, Angela Mao. She was like considered to be like the Lady Bruce Lee, and she's in Enter the Dragon. But her movies are Lady Whirlwind and Hapkido. Was she Korean? No, she's Chinese. But some of her movies, she did judo, and so I think both her movies involve like Korean martial arts. But yeah, it's pretty great. And then you got the Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, which is the co-production between Hammer Horror Films and Shaw Brothers. And Peter Cushing is in it as Abraham Van Helsing hunting down Dracula. And it's a bunch of kung fu dudes team up with him to go kill Dracula because he's in China. But Anita Mui is also really cool. What else we got? The Magic Crystal, really crazy. Cynthia Rothrock, who's an American who did a bunch of movies in Hong Kong. Really great martial artist. Is what? Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires? Yeah, I would say it's good. It's silly. It's really silly. But it's good. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely watch it again. Then you got this movie, these two movies, Jet Li, The Legend of Fong Sayuk? And they're really great, like kind of wire fu, early 90s Hong Kong movies, similar to like Iron Monkey. They're great, and I'd never heard of them before. Or the Once Upon a Time in China series, you know, they're kind of like that. But I'd never heard of them. The Legend of Fong Sayuk, and there's two of them, and they're really cool. Martial Club is another Shaw Brothers old school martial arts movie. Jet Li, The Master, is not amazing, but it's pretty fucking good. And it's got some very silly 90s stuff in it. It takes place in L.A. Miracles is a Jackie Chan's 30s gangster movie, which is a little light on action and a little too heavy on melodrama, but has some fantastic action scenes in it, so whatever. Then you got One Arm Boxer, classic kung fu movie, Jimmy Wang Yu. And One Arm Boxer gave way to the sequel, Master of the Flying Guillotine, which It's another kung fu movie that has given us very many stereotypes. And in fact, I kind of think the Street Fighter series took a lot of inspiration from One Arm Boxer and Master of the Flying Guillotine, because the bad guy in those movies assembles a team of martial artists from all over the world, and there's a dude from India who can stretch his arms because of yoga. And in the movies, it's like a guy from China with some dark face paint on, so it's a little like, a little uncomfortable to watch, a little problematic, as Nate and Sam would say, but it's still interesting, But anyways, a very weird, awesome movie. Jackie Chan Police Story 1 and 2, and I've got 3 in here and a new stack of stuff to talk about. Then Righting Wrongs, another good Cynthia Rothrock, Yuen Bao movie. And then you got Sammo Hung. Oh, and then I have Shaolin Mantis, which I haven't watched yet. Why is that on the shelf? That shouldn't even be on there yet. Okay. I haven't watched it. Same with Chinese Boxer. Then Wheels on Meals, classic Sammo Hung and Jackie Chan movie. And then the Shawscope sets, which are, Arrow put them out, and they're just incredible. They are sets of Shawscope Kung Fu movies. There's 12 in the first box, and I think 14 in the other one. They did some Kung Fu and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Why was that woman Chinese and all the possibilities? Because she's from China. Okay, I think we covered that. All right, then you look at the shelf under it. It's getting harder to see, but that is Fists and Feet. So that's going to be martial arts movies that are not from Hong Kong. Any exciting home improvement projects on the docket? No. Okay, so you got Accident Man, which is Scott Adkins from Britain. You got Big Trouble in Little China. I felt like that fits in there. Boyka, which is another Scott Adkins martial arts movie. The Challenge, which is a weird movie. John Frankenheimer directed it, I think. A pretty famous American director. And Scott Glenn, he's like just a regular kind of dude that, I don't know, he becomes a samurai. I can't remember. It's really weird. Chocolat, which is an awesome Thai action movie starring Gigi Yannin as this girl who, I think she's like autistic or something. They don't really come out and say it, but she's definitely got issues, and she just watches these kung fu movies all the time and copies everything and ends up becoming like a mob enforcer, sort of. Then you got 2 Australian martial arts movies, Day of the Panther and Strike of the Panther, and they're not bad. Dark Queen Mia, just chill out. Just wait, I'm getting there. But the answer is no. Then you got Drive, which is awesome, Mark Dacascos. And Expect No Mercy, that's Billy Blank's. Kill or Be Killed, which is a South African karate tournament movie, and it's fucked. Okay, there's a few things that are fucked up about it, because it's South Africa in the 70s, right? Apartheid, right? And then in the story of the movie, it takes place in the 70s. But so a Nazi who escaped Nazi Germany and lives in South Africa, and a Japanese guy who was part of the Axis and escaped are both living in South Africa, and they put together a karate tournament, and they have the 100 best fighters in the world, and 2 of them are not white. Okay. I don't have Bloodsport. Okay, and then and I get it. The way I've divin into movies is that there's a lot of stuff I know about that I find and enjoy that a lot of people don't know about. So people are asking, where's this big famous horror or action movie? Where's this big famous movie? It's like, well, I can see that when I want to. If someone puts out a really, I'm more apt to buy a really cool, nice boutique version of a movie that I've never heard of than Bloodsport from Best Buy. You know what I mean? Or not Best Buy anymore. They don't sell movies anymore now, but Walmart, whatever. So I'm more into getting a cool edition of a movie. I'm going to show you guys a little more into that in a second. Where was I? Okay, and then I got Expect No Mercy, which is Jalal Murray, he's a Canadian, I think Israeli, Canadian, Iranian, I don't know. He's some mix of Canada and somewhere in the Middle East, I forget. But he and Billy Blanks made a few movies together, and Billy Blanks is the Tai Bo guy. Black guy from, I think he's American and knows some martial arts. But so Expect No Mercy is the bad guy has like he's using virtual reality to like train a karate army, and it's like 1993 virtual reality. It is fucking hilarious. Yes, Ryawaska. That's the Ryawaska says, I love the way this is organized. It's like your own Blockbuster. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Trying to make it like an indie video store, you know? So then Killer Be Killed. Okay, Man from Hong Kong, which is an Australian movie with Jimmy Wang Yu, who's one of the first big kung fu stars. It's kind of a spy movie, and George Lazenby is the bad guy. And George Lazenby is known as the James Bond that only did one James Bond. Then you got Marin Tao, which everybody knows the Raid and Raid 2, and you see those are on the shelf there. But Marin Tao is the first movie that team made, and it's Iko Uwais and Yayan Royan and a couple of the other guys from those movies, and it's got some great fights just like those. Then you got... I can't figure out if Beefy Mike is Sam or Zach or Nate. Anyway, so it could be Darren too, I guess. So then you got Marin Tao. Okay, Miami Connection. I feel like a lot of people have heard about that. It's like another regional karate club movie from Florida. It's great. The Protector is a Tony Jaa movie. The Raid and the Raid 2. Redeemer is a movie from, God damn it, I can never remember if it's Chile or Argentina. I think it's Chile. Marco Zarora is a fucking awesome martial artist from Chile. And I want to get more of his movies, but Redeemer is great. Shadow that could be in Hong Kong, but I think it was technically made on mainland China. And then Tiger Claws, which is, again, that Israeli dude, or possibly Israeli guy, I forget, Jalal Murray and Cynthia Rothrock. And they're fighting Bolo Young. Everybody knows who Bolo Young is. Someone mentioned Bloodsport. Bolo Young is a bad guy from Bloodsport with the huge beefy man tits that he fucking flexes, right? All right, next up. This is a good section. Guns and Muscles. This is where some of the stuff you're wondering about is, because it's not quite martial arts because there's a lot of oily biceps and guns too. But you'll see a lot of martial arts. Avenging Force, Michael Dudikoff. It's actually a sequel to Invasion USA, technically. Invasion USA is a Chuck Norris movie. I don't have any Chuck Norris movies. Invasion USA, it takes place in the 80s, and it's very similar to Red Dawn, where, you know, the Cubans and the Russians, and basically every country we didn't like at the time and needed to make sure that Americans hated, they all attack us and we defend them. And so it's based on a book. And so they wrote I think it's a script. Anyways, they wrote a script for a sequel called Avenging Force, okay? In the sequel, the bad guys are Americans, and they're rich, white, racist guys who are kidnapping black men and hunting them for sport, right? And so the good guy's obviously trying to break this up. It's a good guy who's white, but his black friend, and they're trying to stop these racist KKK dudes. They're literally the Klan from doing that. And Chuck Norris didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do that script. So Michael Dudikoff, who's fucking cool, he's American Ninja is what people know him for. He did the movie, and it's great. And you could almost put that in Happy Holidays, because it's a large chunk of the movie is about Mardi Gras. So it's kind of interesting that way. Commando, Guns and Muscles. I mean, Commando's got to be one of the fucking prototype Guns and Muscles movies. Why didn't he want to? I think I just explained it. Death Warrant, a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, you know. Chuck Norris not doing that feels like a lazy, I don't want to get political thing. It almost goes, to me, it goes a little further than that, where he was all about like demonizing other countries, but didn't want to acknowledge that like white Southern racists are bad. Okay, so then you got Hard Target, fucking amazing Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, John Woo's first American picture. Hard Ticket to Hawaii, an Andy Sedaris movie. So yeah, there's a lot of tits in it, but I've probably talked about this point before, but Andy Sedaris made a lot of movies that they call the Triple B movies, which are bullets, bombs, and broads, or boobs, I can't remember. Anyways, he loved Playboy Playmates, and he made a bunch of action movies starring Playboy Playmates where, yes, they're topless in a lot of scenes, there's a lot of tits in those movies, but the women are running around shooting people and stuff, And there's also horniness towards the males in the movie. A lot of shirtless men and greasy men. And like the women are being as horny as the men, and they're like on equal ground. And in I don't remember all the plot points of Hard Ticket to Hawaii. There's some really silly, crazy stuff that happens in it. But in another one of his, Malibu Express, one of the Playboy ladies is regularly saving this dude's ass all the time. And so I honestly see them as sort of feminists in a way. You know? Akbi on Good says, well, Chuck Norris is a hardcore right-wing dickhead. Yeah, we see, when I talk about Chuck Norris, I just feel like people know that. So that's why I'm saying, well, of course he's not going to want to make the Klan look bad. But anyways, well, not that you need to make them look bad, but you guys get what I mean. So, how much of your collection is online? Like movies I could watch on streaming? Probably a lot of them, but who fucking cares? See those? See these pictures, Mythic? Those are things I have that I can watch when I want to. If you were only on streaming, you're either pirating, which does hurt good people, period. Or you're letting a billionaire choose what you want to watch by having a streaming service. So, you know. Lamp Boob says, I mean, women are literally as horny as men. Well, yeah, obviously, but you never see that in movies, you know? But so Andy Sedaris, there's a lot of equality going on in those movies. And they also pass the fucking Bechdel test. I think all of them, you know? So, Mythic says, I have some DVDs. I don't buy streaming stuff. Okay, well, good. Okay, so then the next one is Showdown in Little Tokyo. Yes, that could be in Fists and Feet. But at the end, you got Dolph Lundgren running around with his arms all exposed with a machine gun. So I think it fits into that, you know. Equal opportunity objectification. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you, we're horny people. We like to look at each other naked. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. As long as you're not using it to, as long as you're not using it to demean or belittle somebody, but you're saying, hey, I like boobies. I want to look at your boobs. And so they're all fucking making out with each other and fucking, and it's like, it's fine, But yeah, Showdown in Little Tokyo is fucking awesome. And Dark Queen Mia, that's so cool that you're into it. That movie's great. It's only 75 minutes. It's one of Brandon Lee's only other movies, and it's Dolph Lundgren, and it's really too bad because if Brandon Lee had lived, obviously they'd be making some better, some more Crow movies, but or they would have. But he has such a great chemistry with Dolph Lundgren in that. It's too bad they couldn't make more films together. And what's really funny about that one, obviously they did this on purpose, So Brandon Lee's obviously half Asian. His dad's Bruce Lee. His mom's a white lady from Seattle, I think, and Dolph Lundgren is obviously like Swiss and a big giant Ubermensch kind of looking guy. And are you ready for The Crow 4? Couldn't care less. Anyways, so what's interesting in the movie, Showdown in Little Tokyo, so Dolph Lundgren, the big giant Aryan looking guy, was raised in Japan, knows all of their traditions, is steeped in the martial arts and stuff. And then Brandon Lee's character is a fucking nerd from California. And he does know martial arts too, but he doesn't know anything about the traditions or anything. So there's some they butt heads about that in an interesting way, And yeah, it's great. And right next to it is another definitely contender for just fucking amazing, crazy action movie, Stone Cold, starring Brian Bosworth, football player, and it really tells you exactly why it's going to be amazing right in the first few minutes. So, in the beginning of Stone Cold, you see Brian Bosworth, who's a ridiculous-looking person. Ridiculous looking. He's giant, muscly, blonde, shaved hair. So 80s, shaved, and early 90s is really the aesthetic. And it shaved on the sides and kind of a mullet, just insane looking. So he's in this nice place in, I think it's LA or Florida, and somewhere like that. He walks out he's in his apartment, walks out to the kitchen, starts making a smoothie, and he's throwing all sorts of stuff in. I think candy bars, bananas, potato chips. You're like, what is he doing? He's making a crazy smoothie. This muscle man's, he must drink this and then work out. So then he makes the smoothie and he pours it into a dog bowl. And you're like, oh, it's for his dog. And then like a 4-foot long iguana walks out and eats a smoothie out of the dog bowl. And it was like, all right, you got me, movie. Right? And then the bad guys include William Forsythe and Lance Henriksen. And it's fucking great. It's a great action movie. A lot of good action scenes in it too. And then you got a great section, one of my favorite sections. And you got to look at, we got to zoom in. I got to get you a better look at the label for this one. Because it was, like a lot of these I came up with a joke for. This one is all my kid. And fucking good job, kiddo. Let me, what do you do here? Do I zoom in on it? I'm so bad at things sometimes. Oh, there we go. Yes. Okay. So, let's do this. Just give me a second. Okay. Anyways, but yes, ninja movies. There's a lot of them. I've been talking about regional karate club movies, which means there's some group of dudes who like karate in some part of the country, get a few $1,000 together and make a low budget movie. And a lot of those ended up being ninja movies because of the 80s. I mean, a lot of those white guys that did these got into martial arts because of ninja movies, right? So it makes sense that they'd all want to make ninja movies, And so I decided they should have their own section. And so that's what I did. And let me see here. There we go. So I just added it to that. I think it'll work now let's go this way. Okay, so when I decided to do a shelf of ninja movies, my daughter came up with the idea. Damn it, I guess I gotta, give me a second. I gotta fix this shit real quick here. Okay. Do. Okay, there we go. Okay, so back to that. All right. What the fuck? Oh, that's the... no, what is this? What? Welcome back to the internet. Oh, I know the problem. Okay, so we're going to go add directory. Okay. This. Yes. Yes. Okay. Anyway, so she made this label. It says ninja, plural. That's great. So anyways, where were we? Okay. Oh yeah, so the ninja section has Enter the Ninja, which is Franco. It's a white guy ninja movie. Justice Ninja. A lot of these are white dude ninja movies, which is ridiculous, but whatever. I think they all are except like 2. Anyways, Enter the Ninja. And I know there's Asian ninja movies, but like it's more like they didn't have ninja in the title. I really wanted this section to only be movies that have ninja in the title, and those are mostly just fucking goofy American white dudes making these movies. Akbi Good says, if movies have taught me anything, most ninjas are white. Yeah, especially the 80s. Enter the Ninjas is kind of one of the first famous white ninja movies. Franco Nero, fucking handsome man from Italy. Justice Ninja Style, really fucking awesome regional ninja movie. I think I talked about it last week, but it's made in DeSoto, Missouri. And just some martial arts guy the guy who had a taekwondo school or something there. And he and his friends made a ninja movie. They had no money. But the thing is the town was very excited that this guy was making a movie. And so they all wanted to help out. And so despite there being no money, they have police cars and fire trucks and all this sort of stuff happening in the action scenes. It's great. Someone says, I can't believe no 3 ninjas. Well, here's why. Fuck that. I think that works. I might get the 3 Ninjas collection eventually, but these are movies that people who like ninja stuff, When someone says Three Ninjas about ninja movies, it's like the Kung Pao thing. Like, no, just go away. But yeah, maybe. So anyways, yeah, it's really cool they did that. Then you got New York Ninja, which I know I've talked about multiple times, but Vinegar Syndrome put it out. And it's the thing that made me fall in love with that company because it's one of their people found these film reels labeled New York Ninja. There was no sound recorded on it. There was no script, but all this amazing footage. And this is actually an Asian ninja too, of a guy in New York being a ninja. He roller skates in one scene. It's crazy. Lobaka is asking if I sought these movies because I had a ninja section. Most of them I had before I decided to have a ninja section. Justice Ninja Style I bought later, and then the last one I bought later. The other ones I already had all of them. So New York Ninja is amazing. What they did is they put the film together as best they could to try and make a story make sense. Then they brought in a bunch of cool B-movie actors, Michael Berryman, Don the Dragon Wilson, to do the voices over it. To try, not to be funny, but like to try and actually say what they think they're saying. Then you got Ninja and Ninja 2. Those are Scott Adkins movies. And then Ninja 3, which is not a sequel to those two. Ninja 3, The Domination. And it's called that because of Enter the Ninja and Revenge of the Ninja, which I tried to purchase, but it fell through. Weird. Ninja 3, The Domination is ridiculous. It's a woman who's like a fitness instructor, very 80s woman, gets possessed by the ghost of a ninja. And you know that the ninja's dead because you see him get killed in a fantastic like 12-minute opening scene where this ninja kills like 50 cops. It's crazy. And then Ninja Buster is another regional karate club ninja movie. What I love about that one, it's a very multicultural group of guys. A couple Asian guys, a white dude, a black guy, I think, maybe a Latino guy, I can't remember. Anyway, so they're karate guys who wanted to make a movie. So in the movie, they play these two idiots who don't know karate and decide to take karate classes just to meet women, and then end up getting into this whole international ninja drug smuggling ring. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Then you got the Ninja Turtles movies from the 90s, and then Treasure of the Ninja, another regionally made ninja movie from Ohio that I got that long ago, but that one was shot on Super 8. And all of the fucking, everything, all the sound effects in it are just the guy with his mouth. Like for punching sounds. It's awesome. It's ridiculous. But it's actually like, the guy's got some skill and stuff too, you know? It's not bad. So, interesting. You know, it's an interesting kind of thing. Anyways. Okay. And then we got some other sections. Over on the left side, you got Smirking, which Smirking, I'm not quite sure what's supposed to be in there anymore. It started out as being where Big Trouble in Little China and Indiana Jones went, but those ended up in other sections. So now Smirking is comedies. You got Billy Madison, Cabin Boy, City Lights, Charlie Chaplin, Dazed and Confused, Dr. Strangelove. Most of these are pretty famous, Marx Brothers. If you've never seen the Marx Brothers movies, Jesus. Mary Poppins, what's that other one? Is that, Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times. Fucking amazing. Of course, Monty Python stuff, Punch Drunk Love, Royal Tenenbaums of Rushmore, Spaceballs, Spinal Tap, Three Amigos, UHF, and what's on the end? Oh, the Wayne's World 1 and 2. Do I have a favorite Marx brother? I mean, Groucho. The rapid fire jokes, man. It's, what's my favorite one? It's, Monkey Business is great. And obviously Duck Soup. Everybody loves Duck Soup. But so then you go over here, other side of the picture here. Westerns. Now you'll see that my daughter drew a bowl of spaghetti in front because she knows which country most of my Westerns come from. And it's not this one. So you got, they're Italian. So you got Bullet for the General, great spaghetti Western. Big Gun Down, Companeros, which features Franco Nero. Franco Nero's in a lot of these. I fucking love Franco Nero. And at the end of Companeros, you get Franco Nero going, Companeros! Which is, who doesn't want to see that? Django, another Franco Nero one. And then, of course, Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And then the red case there is Hot Snakes and Guns and Guts, and that is two Mexican westerns made in the 70s. They're really violent and really, a little, if I remember right, pretty misogynistic in some parts. A lot of westerns are, but it's kind of the ground that they were treading. And the weird thing about Hot Snakes is you see the guy killed like a lot of snakes for real, which is a little much. Man, Pride, and Vengeance. I think I went over some of these last week, but The Mercenary, another Man, Pride, and Vengeance, and The Mercenary, both more Franco Nero. A Pistol for Ringo, and I forget what the second one is called. Those are Italian westerns, but more about like the main character Ringo. It's more about him tricking criminals than shooting people. There's not a ton of shooting in those, but they're fun. And then I better look in this other picture to see what these last two films are for the westerns. What do we got? The Revengers, which is actually an American western, and then the Unholy Four, another spaghetti western. And then you got Black Ops. So Black Ops is a weird kind of another nebulous kind of section, hard to determine what it is. But yeah, Dark Bastard, hope I didn't bum you out, but it's not a... Here's the thing is, yes, you see a lot of snakes get killed, which is fucked up, and you see real horse sex for a little bit, but it's a horse on a horse. It's, at least there's no people involved. But the other thing is the rest of the movie is really interesting because it's like a voodoo western. There's like... it involves people being brought back to life and stuff. It's pretty interesting. Curses and stuff. So Black Ops is about sneaky shit, spies, or, I've got a very obviously prison escape movie there, stuff like that. So the Bourne movies, The Great Escape, if you've never seen it, Great Escape is one of those movies which is very famous, and so everybody hears about it all the time. But then you actually watch it, you're like, oh, this is fucking incredible, And then you got Man on Fire, and that's not the Denzel one. That's one with Scott Glenn. It's pretty good from the mid-'80s. Manchurian Candidate, fucking fantastic movie. Then you got all the Mission Impossible movies, and then The Soldier. Well, I don't have the newest Mission Impossible one, but then The Soldier, which is an 80s movie. It's kind of a Black Ops thing, kind of sneaky guys. And it involves the famous country western singer George Strait. Before he got famous, he's like singing in a bar. And it's kind of interesting that he's in it because he ended up becoming a big deal. We're almost done with the movie shelves. Then we got, these ones are kind of hard to see from here, but there's not a lot in there. So, okay, up there on the top, you got Spandex. That's superhero movies. I think that can pretty much go without saying. I've loved the MCU for a long time. I'm kind of sick of it now. I don't really care that much about superhero movies, so there's not very many. And it's a random collection. You got 3 of the 4 Avengers movies. You got Batman from '89 and Batman Returns and the Dark Knight trilogy. You got Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, Speed Racer, which definitely I think counts as that. Okay, no one asked you, Mythic. And then Spider-Man 1 and 2, I think, the old Tobey Maguire ones, and then some X-Men movies. I think Ant-Man 1 is in there too. So down here you got Film School is what that label says. And these are movies I wasn't sure what category to put them in, but they're big important movies by big important directors, or at least to me. So I have all the Coen Brothers movies there. And then I've got an Alfred Hitchcock collection. I've got these 2 little 3-pack movies that are Kubrick and Scorsese. I've got Being There, Do the Right Thing, Seven Samurai. Movies I feel like are like quintessential to like understanding movies kind of stuff, Where is another? Okay. Oh, Bad Day at Black Rock, which I saw for the first time recently. Very good. And so Tarantino movies. Singing in the Rain, which, a lot of these could fit in other sections, but I wanted them in those sections. Okay. Yeah, I guess he could be in Fists and Feet, but he's not. So this one, another one that's always been hard to nail down what we want in there, but the label my daughter made is so fucking funny that I'm like, well, we have to use this. Destiny and Kissing. And so this is like epic fantasies and stuff and movies about destiny. So Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, Back to the Future is about density. Well, yeah, destiny. And then Bill and Ted's, all 3 Bill and Ted movies are in there. Well, it's a little out of order, isn't it? The Beastmaster's in there. Casablanca, a lot of kissing. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I'm not quite sure, but we didn't know where else to put that. Hawk the Slayer, Indiana Jones, which was in Smirking and could be there too, but it's also Destiny and Kissing. Little Women, Lord of the Rings. Then you got The Mysterious Island, which is a Jules Verne adaptation, Princess Bride, and Star Wars and Wizard of Oz. So the other thing I want to do is maybe have a based on a book section, because most of the movies you see there are based on books, except for like Bill and Ted, Back to the Future, and Casablanca. Almost everything else there is based on a book. I think, yeah, Princess Bride, well, not Star Wars, okay. A lot of people don't know this. Beastmaster is based on a book. So, yeah. But anyways, the label is great, so who gives a shit about the rest of it? Okay. All right, that took a lot longer than I thought, but I just want to give people an in-depth look at everything I have because I feel like we talked about that a lot. But wait, there's more. That's not everything I have. I've been getting a lot of movies lately. I'm kind of finally paring down, but I'm going to go over just a couple of the things I got recently that I'm excited about, think are cool. So nowadays, in the last few months especially, when a new movie comes out, it's normally going to be the 4K now, and you get a Blu-ray too. So I'm eventually going to get a 4K player, I guess. Lamp Boop says, Timmy, I'm not into the most popular movies you can find anywhere. Neither am I, but those are all like cool boutique versions of those classic Hollywood movies, but a lot of the movies I have are like very hard to find, you know? So, anyways, so when I collect movies, I'm not buying like whatever $5 Walmart version. I'm looking for cool releases of movies, and if it looks really great and I haven't seen it, I don't care, I'm going to get it. But what's funny is that when I said I don't get $5 Walmart movies, I did order this through Walmart because it was a good deal. But can't wait to watch this. It's been a while. But a new version of American Psycho. And look at this fucking case. This is why I get stuff like this. Look at how fucking cool this is, okay? So it's like a plastic set, right? It's like a plastic slip thing. And then it's got this cool steelbook thing. And it's got the back of his head with an axe blade. That's the American flag. And then you got inside the discs, obviously, but then it's like his business card right there. Pretty cool. What a great movie, too. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, and I paid like $25 for this or something. It's totally worth it, you know? Really cool. So, you know, and that's a movie everybody likes. Pretty popular, famous movie. Very crazy. Then you got something like this. Equally cool packaging. Never heard of this. Have no idea if I'm going to like it, but fucking A. Rabid Grannies. Okay. How do you do lenticular? There you go. See it? Grannies. Rabid Grannies. There you go. Isn't that fucking awesome? Oh, man. It looks really good there. I found the right angle for it. Oh, I didn't watch the Rabid Grannies trailer. Was that in the... I'm guessing that was in the... Or maybe I did see that one. I can't remember if that was on Trailer Boys or not. Anyways, fucking can't wait to watch that. Criterion had a sale. So these are, again, more well-known movies, but packaging is great. And they do... The thing is, it's not just about the packaging either. When these companies are putting these out, they put them in a cool package because they put time into the release, okay? They remaster the sound and video. They put they'll do new interviews, new commentaries, find other stuff to put in special features. So they want to make them... It's like there's a reason the package is cool because what's in there is so cool. Scanners. Love Scanners. Definitely one of my favorite Cronenbergs, and that's a cool package, right? That's fun. That's a Criterion thing. Just got that. I've seen the movie, but I haven't watched that disc yet. Then back to martial arts, we got Michelle Yeoh, Maggie Chung, and Anita Mui. There's Anita Mui. That's why I was thinking of her. Okay. But I've seen Heroic Trio, but not the other film on here, Executioners. They're basically martial arts superhero movies, and they're like, I know Heroic Trio's crazy. So they fight a fucking skeleton at the end. So I can't wait to watch the other ones. And then, you know, I mentioned earlier in my question mark section, I've got Twin Peaks. So I do love the Twin Peaks. And oh, there it is. Okay. So I've been meaning to get this forever. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to get movies that I've either just look so cool I can't say no, or that I wanted forever. I'm trying to pare it down though, but Blue Velvet finally got it. Can't wait to watch it again. That's a cool cover too. So Lamp boobs, yeah. It's another movie co-opted by incels just like Fight Club. But you know what? Just because those motherfuckers don't get it doesn't mean we can't enjoy it for what it's really about, you know? Making fun of those shitheads. Just like the Matrix and the Red Pill thing. So here's another Yakuza movie I haven't seen. I feel like we saw this trailer in Trailer Boys with Sailor Suit Machine Gun. About basically a young Japanese schoolgirl who takes on the mob. I've not seen the live action Last Airbender, but my daughter and I have watched some of the show and liked it a lot. Here's one I bought. Blind buying is when you buy a movie you haven't seen. Here's one I bought completely blind, just because of its bogey and it's a cool cover. Desperate Hours. I have no idea what this movie's going to be like. Looks cool. And I showed earlier at Police Story 1 and 2. Well, a company from Britain, 88 Films, who recently started making American ones, or Region A things, put out a sick copy of Super Cop, which is Police Story 3. So lots to go on there. Lots of Michelle Yeoh. Love her. And then I got two movies I want to... These I bought off a Facebook group. I think they might have been used, but they're in very good shape. It's like I wanted more movies I could watch with my daughter. You know, she's 12, so she's not super into like spooky stuff yet. So I want to get some family films, you know? So I got The Witch and Possession. But yeah, looking forward to watching those. There's a book sequel to American Psycho. Is it just called American Psycho 2 or what's it called? Possession's got a good cover. You're just saying that because of boobs. Wait, is that TOS? It's enough of a drawing to not be TOS, right? Oh man, I didn't even think of that. Yeah. So there's another topic I wanted to bring up that I'm going to go. And Possession might be this one for someone because there's a lot of fucked up shit that happens in Possession. So earlier we were talking about someone mentioned they can't watch... we were talking about if somebody could maybe not watch Knives Out because they have a thing about puking. Oh, Lunar Park. Okay, I've heard that. So does anyone else have a thing? If you find out it's in a movie, you can't watch the movie. You know, actually, you know, obviously, sexual assault's going to be a big one for some people. The puking thing is a pretty common one. Margaret found out we watched Interstellar the other day, which has a lot of, you know, space travel and stuff. So we watched the first half of it one night, and then in between, so before we watched the second half, she found a website, and she looked it up on her phone. There's a website you can go to look up puking scenes in movies, to see if it has any. Yeah. Dark Queen Mia says, I heard so much about Possession, it lived up to every single thing. Yep. So yeah, you know, I've not seen Irreversible, because, you know, I don't, like, if I'm watching a movie that has rape in it, okay, you know, I can handle it, but if it sounds like it's too extreme, maybe not going to watch it. Also, the other thing I have a problem with rape is when it's just put into a movie for shock value or to make the bad guy bad. You know, like in Rambo 4, weird example, but Rambo 4, which is the one in Cambodia, the movie came out in like 2008. There's, you know, he's fighting this like militia in Rambo's fighting this militia in Cambodia. They've been established to be evil. They're fucking watching, they're killing like villagers and they're horrible, right? But then halfway through the movie, then the leader of the militia guy, brings a little boy into his cabin, and it's inferred, obviously, that he's raping him or whatever, and it's like, yeah, it's totally unnecessary. Just like, hey, while we're here, let's demonize gay people. It's like, okay. You know? Dark Queen Mia says, I don't like seeing animals get killed, tortured. Yeah, you know, I agree. The snake stuff in that one movie I was mentioning is hard to watch. Dennis907 says, I can't watch a movie if it doesn't have Scott Speedman. That must limit your options. That's too bad. Saw stuff, like literally with like a saw, like any kind of saw, or you just mean you don't like the Saw movies? But yeah, dogs dying is a hard one. I think there's a website for that too. And dogs dying again is a lot of time when it happens, you're like, well, did you need to do that? You know, it's kind of hard to tell if they really needed to do that or not. A movie I really like, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Again, the bad guy attempts to rape Gretel at one part, and it's like, we already knew he was an asshole. Like, why are we doing this? Because now you're just reiterating that he's an asshole and also possibly making members of your audience unable to finish watching this, you know? Also, what was that movie that came out on Netflix about two girls that were competing? Were they violinists? And it kind of ended up being this wild kind of horror movie thing. But that had like some unnecessary rape shit in it too. It's like, okay, like you could have just like I understand that rape is a part of some stories. It sucks, but and a lot of times those stories need to be told. But just throwing it in there when you didn't have to is kind of stupid. I haven't seen Dagon Mythic. I do like other Stuart Gordon movies, but I haven't seen that one. Eating poop. Maybe I've seen too many fucked up movies. Yeah, eating poop would be weird. Don't they do that in Pink Flamingos? Am I still Skyrimming? A little bit. I've been playing Borderlands 2 more. For some reason. I don't even know why. That's fun. Nightbreed has a good face peeling scene. Yeah, good point, Dark Queen. I forgot about that in Showgirls. And okay, so there's some of those things that are obviously things we as a society don't like. When they end up in a movie, it can be hard to watch. Are there weird things that you just can't deal with? I used to not be able to watch a needle go into skin. I can basically deal with it now. Someone else mentioned face peeling. I'm trying to think if I have any other examples like that. The clown movie with the guy from Clerks. You mean the Terrifiers? Yeah, the first Terrifier. I haven't watched the second one yet because I just don't know. Like the first one, the sawing the lady, I just couldn't deal with that. I think sexual mutilation is a very tough thing. Oh, yeah, something I'm avoiding like the plague. I'll probably never watch just because I heard of an awful sexual assault thing in it. Is a Serbian film, and it's almost like, well, why'd you make that? You know. I don't know. Maybe the film is otherwise great. I have no idea. And I've heard that the second Terrifier is not as brutal like that. But I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to it. Tendons in the ankle getting cut always makes me recall. Yeah, that's a good one. Kill Bill, obviously a famous one for that. Lobaka says a Serbian film is a movie that people only watch to say they watched it. You're probably right. Prying out nails or hands or feet or teeth pulling. Good one. I'm trying to think about physical stuff that bothers me anymore. I feel like, you guys have seen, I have so many weird different little horror movies and kung fu movies and stuff and violent movies that I've seen a lot of that stuff, and it's like, okay. But Vince shooting up in Pulp Fiction, yeah. The leg break in Bloodsport, yeah. I'm trying to think. But, I wrote that down as a subject to bring up because I just thought you guys would have good answers, and you do have good answers to it. Yeah, Dark Bastard, are you talking about... Oh, Terrifier 2. I'm not sure what you're referencing. I haven't seen Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2. Oh, Vulgar. I've never heard of that movie. Mrs. Lippman's in the Tub says, that scene in Texas Chainsaw where he hits him with a hammer and he starts seizuring, yeah, that is upsetting. And that's interesting you say that because, I feel like in general, our generation, and especially horror fans of my age, we fucking love Texas Chainsaw. It's one of my favorite films, period. And a lot of other people think it's like a snuff film. I think one of my favorite movie culture kind of writers, Outlaw Vern, mentioned that. Somebody was writing about that recently, something I was reading. But anyways, so yeah, it's people see it as almost like a snuff film, and I've never thought about it that way because it's, you know, there's not a lot of killing in it, and compared to some other horror movies, and it's kind of tame in some ways compared to some horror movies. But it's testament to how awesome that movie is, that it can bother you and that they can do what they did with so little. Because, yeah, he hits him. There's a twitching. There's probably some fake blood, but that's about it. And, God, it's fucked up. And, yeah, Ox says my favorite part's where he hooks him up on the hook in Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, crazy. The ear cutting in Reservoir Dogs is weirdly satisfying, though. Sure, I get that. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I think I'm gonna wrap her up here. Oh, this American Psycho is unrated. I wonder, what if the only difference in the unrated American Psycho is just like a much longer, like the Phil Collins monologue is like 20 minutes. Yeah. You know what? I'm tired. I'm going to go. I did it 2 weeks in a row. Everybody be proud of me. I'm going to try and do it next week too. And yeah. Dancer in the Dark. Yeah, that's one movie I've never seen, but I've heard that it makes people uncomfortable. You know, and again, there's reasons, just like when I was talking about like putting sexual assault in a movie, there's reasons for including uncomfortable things in film, because sometimes there's stuff you have to like, you want to deal with, and you want to tell people, you want to show people, hey, this is something that's happening. Look at this person having to deal with this, and this is someone dealing with a real horrible problem. And sometimes it's something that could happen in reality, sometimes it's not, but you know, it is worth it in some cases to see those extreme situations. And then, but other times when someone's just like, isn't this fucked up, bro? That's when I don't like it, you know? So, anyways. Yeah, next time I won't talk about my stuff. Is it weird to just talk about things I own? Because I feel like the whole thing's like, look at what I spent money on. But whatever. I mean, it's exciting to me. It's fun. And it's more talking about art that I like. It just happened to be showing products as well. So, anyways, let's raid somebody. Let's do it. I haven't seen Spaceman yet. Lobaka says, I just added movies to a watch list, and that's just things I Googled fast enough. You know, maybe I'll post pictures. Well, now that I have some good pictures, I should put them in the Blu-ray group I'm in. But also, maybe I'll post them on the Reddit just for people who are interested, you know? Ms. Grey Wolf says, more people should talk about things that they like. You know what? Real quick, let's have a little tangent before I leave. You know what? You're absolutely right. Because the internet is way too full of people just cramming their opinion down your throat. And it's normally negativity. And to me, even though I'm talking about things I like, to me, this leans more to the side of information. Talking about movies and learning about them and talking about them together and, you know, that kind of thing. And helping enrich each other's lives by talking about things we might like or do like. But the internet is so negative now, you know, and it just reminds me of that. There's that picture, and every once in a while I'll still use it against someone on the internet. When you say, hey, I like something, and everyone's like, well, that sucks. That thing sucks that you like. It's like, why? Well, like, go put it on your own fucking Twitter that you don't like this thing. I said I like it here. Let's just do that. But so it's this little picture that's like a trophy that says, congratulations, you don't like thing, you know, which is... Build up and don't tear down. Now, I know I go after people a little bit, but those people deserve it, and I don't count that as tearing down. But generally, you know. Okay, the Mexican Western is called Hot Snake, and the other one's called Guns and Guts. Raid Princess Pink Socks. Oh, god damn it, I shouldn't have read from that person. I was trying not to. Okay. Lamp Boob says, seeing your face always brings back good fuzzy feels from watching you guys on IFC before I got old. Well, I got old too, so. Mrs. Litmus on the top says, one of Charles Darwin's books suggested our most prevalent emotions tend to be negative. That's too bad, but you're right. He's right, whatever. Have you seen Killer Joe. I have not. All right, someone else suggest something, someone to raid, please. Okay. Oh, is Nate streaming? I'll just raid Nate. He raided me, I raid him. You know? Because we're a family. Well, that's what we do. But wait, he's still streaming, but he sent you guys over here? What a sweetheart. Oh God, they're watching Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Yeah, fucking get over there. Go join Nate. All right, so love you guys. And actually, I think those movies are pretty good. Better than you think they would be. So thanks all for watching. I think I'll do this again next week. So, oh, sorry, Dig Cook Amounts, where I'm already sending it to Sam. I'm Timmy. Why is it taking so long? Anyways, here we go. Have a great night. Love you all. Thank you.